We just finished the Kingdom and Empire route, and now we're heading here into the Rune route. In order to get to Rune route, of course, you're going to need your endgame stats save file, and you're going to need to load it here in the options. Without that, you are not getting into Rune route at all. So here we go. 26 ATAC seen and 37 missions completed. This is going to be perfect. We're very close to our 100%, although we might need to rerun Kingdom route in order to get all the ATACs for the 100%. Once we're done the Rune route, we'll be able to unlock this opening movie, and that is an alternate opening to the game. It's actually really funny and really cool. Okay, so now we've done this, we can just go straight to the game. And I forgot to make it public. All right, we are set now. Now, we need to start a new game. Now, like before, I'm going to read all the dialogue. And yeah, just read all the dialogue. Come on, father. Admit that all this training is a complete waste of time. We both know that I'm more than strong enough to fight the Empire. So why won't you allow me to prove my strength in battle? I'm weary of skulking from place to place in the dead of night as though we were petty thieves. We must stand up and fight, father. We have to. Ow, what was that for? To demonstrate that much knowledge, that much training yet lies before you. But you struck me when I wasn't ready, father. That's hardly fair. On the field of battle, fair knows not who the deserving are, Bastion. It is a lesson you must learn. I still say that you cheated. Hey, you two, didn't you see the smoke in the air? Bastion, Kamorge. The village is under siege by soldiers of the Empire. I counted at least 4 Imperials before Puck and I came to find you. One building has already been set ablaze in the chaos. You must stop those thugs from doing any more harm. Don't fret, Milea. Of course we'll stop them. Are they ready, Puck? Ready and waiting, Bastion. Excellent. Let's go. Damn the Empire. Damn them for finding us again. Father, I simply can't wait to slay these wretched dogs. Do not allow your anger to judge your good judgment. Forget your emotions. Remember your training. Fight with honor. I know, Father, I know. But now is the time for me to use that training for just such an honorable purpose. Stay close as we engage the enemy, Bastion. Keep me within your line of sight at all times. This is your first big test. Do not disappoint me. Of course, Father, I shall make you proud. Proud enough that perhaps you can reserve that stick for someone else. Stop terrorizing these innocent villagers, you filthy swine. Warriors of the Duyeres Empire stop for no one. Sir, these appear to be the rogues we were sent to find. Are you certain? I was expecting mercenaries, not peasants. You may injure them, but do not kill them, or Faulkner will have all our heads. Alright, so let's get the goal for this stream series set. We are basically going to go straight into the Rune route, and in order to do that, we needed a loads game save file loaded up from the options. You'll see that in the beginning of the stream. And from there, you need to start a new game. The key is to remember that you need to get that load save file and start a new game. At chapter 11, at the end of it, we'll get a choice in order to actually get into the Rune route. But for everything before chapter 11, we're going to need to do the Kingdom route again. And the only characters we're going to bring with us to the Rune route is Reyna and Bastion. So we need to make sure they are as strong as possible, or they get all the experience from the battle, from the kills. And one more important thing, we're going to make sure Bastion learns all his abilities as quick as possible, because once we get to Dion's test, that is the hardest mission in the entire game, because Bastion's going to be fighting absolutely alone against massively powerful enemies. So I got a whole list ready up to go and what attacks and dormant skills we need to prepare with. So let's go and get started here. Okay, so we're gonna move Bastion up about here. I'm taking a new pathway. Usually I move up all the way and then have basically block that the pathway between the hedges and have all the Imperials come towards me, and from there I would just attack normally. I found that doing this way I got more kills than when I moved Bastion all the way up. So you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So the Imperials are going to end up blocking the hedge. Well, not blocking the hedge, but Kamorge is going to take the other spot as he normally does. And from there, he's going to do a lot of damage. Bastion is just going to keep... he's just going to sit here because Kamorge is going to hit that Imperial one more time and do a lot more damage. Okay, second turn is complete. It's just like the old saying, Reyna, where there's smoke, there's the Imperial army. Look over there, father. 2 more Imperial ATACs. I would not be so quick as to assume they are affiliated with the Empire. Fear not, brave villagers. We shall save your humble homes from these heartless bastards. Okay, so like I keep saying, this is a dialogue choice that has no impact on the battle or the game whatsoever. I found that it doesn't affect morale with Reyna, and it doesn't also give them like, let's say a power boost at all in the entire battle. So pick whatever you want. For lulz, if you can pick, do you fight for the Empire? How are we to know that you're not mercenaries hired by the Empire? Mercenaries, we fight for the glory of the Avalon Principality, my friend, not for filthy lucre. And do you really think the Empire would approve the color of my ATAC? Perhaps you'll believe us after we finish these annoyances for you. Wait a second. So if you pick that, then Bastion doesn't say, you mean when father and I, right? Okay, so if we attack now, Kamorge should hit that Imperial one last time. And from there, the HP should be, okay, maybe not. The HP should be low enough that Kamorge would not finish off the Imperial. Okay, he's attacking the wrong person. I may have did an alteration to my original plan, but we'll see. Okay, he died. I lost him. Okay, let's see here. So we're gonna have to hit, at least get 1 kill here. Things are not working out already, but that's okay. We still have lots of time to get as many kills as possible. So key thing to remember is AI allies can and will defeat enemies, and from there you lose the experience that you could have gotten from them. And another tip that I've never seen talked about ever is when you attack from behind, you get far less experience than you would if you attack from the front. Isn't that fascinating? So let's say attack from the behind and attack from the side. Attack from the side will get you more experience than attack from behind, but attack from the front will get you more experience than attack from the side. It actually is a substantial amount, so always defeating enemy from the front is imperative to getting max experience and using your strongest attack at that. So those are 2 things you should always try and remember. Okay, so that Imperial is locked down. He's not going to be able to, we're not going to be able to take that Imperial anymore. You fight well for an old man, but I harbor no respect for my elders. That's like a dialogue that pops up every time Kamorge attacks. Let's go ahead and thrust. There we go. And let's go behind him. We don't want like Kamorge taking a kill. Let's go ahead and end here. And they're still going to keep attacking the Imperial one. Okay, so if I attack this one, let's see. We're going to check turns now. So Ion's next. Ion's probably going to attack Imperial 1. Imperial 3 will attack someone, and then Kamorge comes up next. So we might be in a situation where we need to actually attack. So check this one more time. Kamorge and Reyna. So Reyna, Ion's going to make the kill on Imperial 1. Kamorge will probably attack Imperial 3. And then Reyna will probably attack Imperial 3, taking the kill. So we're going to need to attack. regardless of how we feel. Let's attack from the front so that we get the experience. So we get the extra experience. Interesting. Okay, Kamorge is taking that kill. This is a very interesting AIs. I don't understand why they make some moves versus other moves. Sometimes they go for kills, sometimes they don't. It's very odd. Okay, so we got 1 kill. Victory is ours, father. And we unfortunately did not level up. So, usual, unfortunate. But we'll level up. We'll try and level up a lot during Bandit Brigade, which is the next mission. Those savages had no need to destroy this house. Hello, my name is Ione. I am a member of the Avalon Defense Corps. And I am Reyna. It's a pleasure to meet such skilled fighters. The Avalon Defense Corps, aren't you allies of the Fruah Kingdom? Yes, our combined forces have been battling the Empire for ages. It is my pleasure to meet such beautiful women as you two. Pardon me? Reyna and I had been tracking these Imperials for several days, and when we saw a pillar of black smoke on the horizon, we knew that they were the cause of it. We are most grateful to both of you for your timely assistance. You're quite welcome, sir. I relish any opportunity to kick the Junaris Empire where it hurts. I still can't believe they would attack a village of innocents. I have a question. Do either of you know a man by the name of Galvis Darid? Galvis, the corps commander of the Fruah Kingdom? Yes. Of course we know him. We're here on his orders. He is considered a living legend by most members of the corps. I have nothing but respect for him. I'm curious, what leads you to inquire about Galvis? I must speak with him at the earliest possible opportunity of a debt which must be repaid. Galvis is quite wealthy, sir. How has he come to owe you anything? His debt is not monetary, Ione. That is all you need to know. I would strongly disagree with you on that point. My apologies, sir. I did not seek to offend you. An old man like me is very rarely offended, Ione, but your apology is accepted nonetheless. Thank you, sir. How much time will you and your friends need to prepare before we depart? Ione, we can't take this man to see Galvis. We don't even know him. We do not know him, Reyna, but we can certainly trust him. You only need to look into his eyes to realize that. Thank you for your trust, Ione. Now, I owe a debt to you as well. Father, have you forgotten about the fate of this village? What will happen when the Empire sends more soldiers here? This village will be quite safe after we depart, Bastion. And how can you be so confident of that, Father? Because you and I are the cause of this ruin, Bastion. What? What do you mean, Father? I don't understand. Those soldiers said they were looking for rogues. And they found us, Bastion. They found me. What are you saying? Why is the Empire searching? Do you or do you not want to fight the Empire, Bastion? Of course I do, Father, but... Then cease your rambling and begin preparations for our journey. Father, wait! Why won't you at least explain what's going on? Father... Your Highness, the Imperial Princess. I am, as always, honored simply to be in your holy presence, Sadira. What business brings you to my chambers on this wondrous day? Dispense with your pretentiousness, Faulkner. I demand answers. Certainly, Highness, but first you must supply a question. Silence, Faulkner. The band of rogues you call soldiers are flagrantly violating the laws of the Empire. I'm told some have even deserted our armies and begun to rob the citizens they were sworn to protect. I will inform my sergeants of this terrible news at once, Sadira. Your sergeants? From what I have been told, they not only allow this behavior, but often condone it. That's why I must travel to our border zones as soon as possible. I plan to observe the despicable actions of these troops myself, and to severely punish those among them who would harm my people. I only hope that you're able to guard the Imperial Palace while I'm gone. I shall burn this palace to the ground, you spoiled little wench. But it would be more prudent to follow you to the border zones, just in case. The last word we received was that Galvas was stationed in Araba Castle. It's located near the border between the kingdom and the empire. You'll be in danger. We can defend ourselves. Are you really certain about all this, Ione? Because I'm not. Need I remind you once again that we know nothing about this man? I understand your concern, Reyna, but we know that we can trust him. I also know that he can hold his own on a battlefield. Most importantly, we know that his son is quite attractive. What was that? Nothing. Heh. I should also admit that I am very curious about Kamorge. As am I. What is this great debt Galvas owes him? And for how long have they known each other? Ah, well, that is gossip best kept for another time. The faster we make our way through the Empire, the sooner we will have the answers we want. Well, yes, but it's so much fun to gossip, Ione. Oh, perfect. Damn it, that last battle has played havoc with the controls of my ATAC. I apologize, Kamorge, but I can't continue on until I can determine which systems are inoperative. Perhaps we can assist you in that regard, Ione. Of course we can. Puck, have a look and see what you can do. You got it, Bastion. Are you kidding me? This vertically challenged tyke is a mechanic? The laws against child labor are quite strict, remember? Puck is not a boy, Reyna. He's almost a man. Besides, he's the most amazing tech you'll meet. My ATAC would have fallen to pieces long ago without him. Says you. Geez, Bastion, why don't you lay it on a little thicker? Aw, Puck, I've not embellished your raw talents one bit, and you know it. Well then, Puck, I'll be honored if you chose to assist me. No problem. Let's go. You are a man of very few words, aren't you, Kamorge? Indeed. So tell me, Bastion, it seems that you move around quite a bit. Doesn't that get hard? Yes, it is difficult. I doubt there's a place on the continent where we haven't lived at some point. Well then, how did Milea come to be in your company? Both of my parents were slain by soldiers of the Empire when I was very young. Kamorge had been a good friend of my family and took me in as one of his own. Oh, Milea, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to cause you any pain. Don't be silly, Reyna, and please don't apologize. After all, how could you have known? Besides, I couldn't have had a better life than the one Kamorge has given to me. Jeez, that was too easy. All I had to do was patch up the bipolar circuits and tweak the cortex modulator. Sounds like your little genius has finished his repair work. Thank you very much, Puck. I'll go and run a few diagnostic programs before we depart. Boy, he is good. The very best engineers in the Avalon Corps don't even work that fast. I said as much earlier, remember? Yes. Oh, I forgot to ask how Puck ended up with you as well. Puck was apprenticing with one of my father's friends, who is an engineer. He's traveling with us to test what he's learned thus far in real-life situations. And I assure you, there aren't many situations we haven't been in lately. It's okay, Bastion. I really don't mind fixing your ATAC all the time. I'm starting to get the picture. It's a perfect arrangement. Father and I battle against the Empire. Puck repairs our ATACs and allows me to pull wedgies on him when the mood strikes, and Milea cooks and cleans up after us. Like I said, it's perfect. No. It'll be perfect if you manage to belch out a thank you now and then to show some respect. I appreciate what you do, Milea. You know that. Well, it wouldn't hurt to tell me every now and again. Sounds reasonable to me. Attention, everyone. Kamorge and I have seen a battle forming in the distance. There isn't any time to waste. We must mobilize at once. Excellent. We can strike against the Empire on their own wretched turf. We must keep our wits about us as we descend into the conflict. Yes, caution is the best course of action. It may already be too late for the Empire's poor prey. If we are careless, we shall become victims as well. Heads up. Let's go. Alright, so here we are. We finished chapter 1. It's pretty quick. The first 3 chapters are actually very short and very quick, so we don't have to spend too much time on them. So let's just save. This one's more precaution than anything. So we'll take slot. Actually, we'll take slot 3, just because it's the earliest one, right? And then we'll go to our interview. And because no one but Reyna is going to be following us from our current party setup, we'll speak to Reyna only. Life is a wonderful gift, Bastion, so don't waste a single moment of it on stress or worry. They're going to say the same thing every single time you talk to them, so you don't need to worry about missing any dialogue. If you really want to hear what everybody says, save before going to interview, do all the interviews, then reload your save file and talk to every party member. Egas Canyon. It appears we're too late. No, I detect 2 ATACs in the center of the canyon. If we hurry, we can save them. But they're surrounded by a mob of Imperials. What do you think, Ione? Well, inside such a narrow space, we can easily cover each other's backs. But if that mob surrounds us as well, our only escape route will be cut off. Stay close and move quickly, or we'll watch these people die by the Empire's hands. That's not going to happen, Ione. Time for you to watch and learn from the best of the Avalon Corps, Bastion. Hey, I'm not a student, Reyna. I'm a teacher. Okay, so this is our first encounter with Devlin and Barlow. After this mission, we'll have recruited Devlin and Barlow. And like I said, Barlow is the only one who's going to follow us into the rune route, so we don't have to worry about powering up... Ooh. We don't have to worry about powering up Devlin at all. Alright boys, I'm getting bored. It's time to bash these fools into scrap metal. And watch how hard you hit them. Nobody's gonna pay. Nobody's gonna buy any ATAC parts from us if they don't work. I don't care if you kill me, but have mercy. Allow my friend to leave. He doesn't deserve this fate. The enemy is too numerous, Bastion. You must leave here until the battle's over. What are you saying, Father? I'm going to stand and fight with you, not run away. If we don't help these people, they'll die before our eyes, and I couldn't live with myself if that happened. This is my time, Father. Don't deny me this opportunity. I'm ready. You honor me with your bravery. Remember your training. Focus on. I know, Father, I know. I have no reason to worry about the boy. He has already shown great skill, but I cannot help it. Hey, boss, we've got company. Ha ha ha, woo, we're in luck today, boys. 4 more lambs led to the slaughter. Now, we don't need to have battle animations on here to get the ATACs for our ATAC viewer, because we've done this so many times that, yeah, we have them. Those strangers are helping us. I can barely believe my eyes. Are you too weak from hunger to think clearly, Barlow? Move closer to those friendly ATACs. How many times do I have to tell you, Devlin? I'm not fat. I have a glandular disorder. Okay, so now we begin the actual battle. And the key thing to remember, and I said it in the last battle, is although you want to kill the bandits, you want to try and hit them from the side or the front in order to maximize the amount of experience you get. It's very difficult because Kamorge is around. So we're going to try and get as much experience as possible. So we're going to move Reyna up by the steps. We're going to move Bastion beside this Imperial. And what we're going to do is we're going to attack. Actually, we're going to move Bastion up here. We're going to try and avoid Kamorge right now. And instead have, I believe Bandit 7 actually runs away and to this position right here. We can actually beat Kamorge to the punch and take these 2 ATCs down. We're going to minimize the amount of experience we get, but we're going to get the kills, which awards far more experience than normally doing any damage to the bandits. Okay, so it wasn't Bandit 7 who went there. It was probably a bandit just to the south of Barlow. Bandit 8. No, it wasn't. One of the bandits takes that position. I don't know which one though. Okay, so hitting us, Bandit 9. Okay. Now, we're just waiting for the enemies to finish off their turn, and then we get to attack. Alright, so there's Bandit right there. If we attack him, we lose the opportunity to wipe out Bandit 7 and 9, so we are not going to attack that one. We're going to, let's see. Bandit 7 would be able to be one-shot by Kamorge. if he decides to attack Bandit 7. That's the problem with the AI. You don't exactly know what they're going to do. Even if an enemy is about to be defeated, sometimes they'll just ignore it and move on to a different enemy. So let's instead put Reyna here, and we'll do a normal thrust on the side. Go. Bastion can go back here. And he can't one-shot, which is unfortunate. So we're going to stop here and hope. And if Kamorge hits this bandit, we can take the kill. No. Okay, so he did move to Imperial, to Bandit 9. So the rumors were true. These soldiers are out of control. They are attacking innocent travelers with Imperial ATACs, disgracing the very empire they pledged to serve. Franco, Halak, we have some discipline to met out. Father, 3 more Imperial ATACs just appeared on the canyon ridge. We're in serious trouble. Okay, so the thing about Sadira and the team, and Franco and Halak, who just showed up, is they're not enemies, they're going to be allies. So the problem with this, though, is that they're AI controlled, and they're going to, as soon as Sadira gets attacked once, she goes on a rampage and starts wiping out all the bandits around her. So we probably could get maybe 1 enemy ATAC from up here on the ridge, but getting 2 or more is very difficult unless you quickly defeat these bandits down here. So let's go ahead and use thrust there. We're going to have Reyna take that kill. Let's not have Reyna take that kill. Instead, we're going to have Bastion take the kills. Like I said, we still need him powered up for Dion's test. It is an incredibly powerful, it's an incredibly difficult mission, and a massive difficulty spike. If you've ever been in there, you'll understand why. Oh, so Bandit 3 takes that position. Okay, so we can attack Bandit 7 here, but who comes next? We don't want Kamorge making a kill. Make sure Reyna comes afterwards. Okay, she comes after, so let's do this instead. We'll attack Bandit 7 from the side. Kamorge should not be able to... Okay, so he'll be able to take this position, but I don't think he would actually walk behind here and leave Bandit 9 alone. So let's attack from the side with Bastion, and we'll move Reyna behind Bandit 7. Okay, so we already have Slash and Thrust. What we need now is Strong Slash, and that requires 8 base, 7 power, and 6 dexterity. So you have to take into account these numbers aren't representative of the actual stat allocation. It's representative of only your non-equipment stat allocation. So Bastion has 4 base already, but we have to add the white ticks, and he actually has 7 base right now. So if we give him 1 to his base, and then 2 to his power, all we need to do from here on is increase his dex by 1 more point, and we'll get Strong Slash. And then once we get Strong Slash, we're going to start being able to one-shot from the back, of course, not from the front, unless we freeze the enemy first. And that one-shotting is very important. I thought those 3 were Imperials, but they're fighting on our side. Okay, we're going to put Reyna back here. And this is literally just to keep Kamorge from potentially making an attack. And she'll one-shot him. So we're just going to leave Reyna right here. Okay. That is a huge amount of damage that he just took. Let's weaken Bandit 8 a little bit. There we go. And unfortunately, Reyna, even with her long thrust, she's not going to be able to take down the Bandit who Kamorge is attacking right now with a long thrust. If she had more power, she would be able to. Unfortunately, she doesn't. She's actually really weak in the beginning of the game. But as the game goes... As the story progresses, she actually becomes pretty powerful. And as you can see, even though Sadira is level 2, her rampaging skills, and I mean rampaging as in destroying everything, is very, very high. Okay, let's go check here. So Kamorge comes after. He's going to attack Bandit 3 in one shot. So what we can do with Reyna is move her this way. We can do a try and do a long thrust. That is a super low accuracy, but there's a chance of it actually hitting, so there we go. Looks like we got the free kill. Excellent. And didn't level up, which is unfortunate. If we move, we have to stay here because Kamorge... No, actually, Kamorge is moving after Bastion. So if we move here, we can attack this bandit and take the kill. 893. Okay, Kamorge is probably going to back attack. He's going to do a side attack. He's making very interesting moves, by the way. Ione, she's going to attack from the side again. We'll use a normal slash. We're just focusing on weakening this bandit for Bastion to take the kills. The only reason why we gave Reyna the kill was solely because Kamorge would have taken it if we didn't do it. If we didn't take it. Okay, let's get this kill now. There we go. Bastion should level up at this point. Maybe. No, he hasn't. Okay. So we're going to lose this kill to Kamorge. Let's double check that. So first off is Reyna. So she can actually get that kill. What we're going to do instead is move in front of this bandit. And we're going to take this kill with Bastion. I don't believe Kamorge can actually reach that bandit unless the bandit decides to move behind Bastion. Kamorge shouldn't be able to take it. Okay, Reyna can make the kill. Let's see, can she do a lot of damage from the side? Yes. Now remember, attack from the front rewards the most experience. It decreases as you progress, as you move around towards the back. Alright, so Reyna, she's going to need strong thrust right now. She has a unique attack called Reyna's Trick, but that requires a ton of stat allocation in order to achieve. So we're going to avoid that for now. Now, she's going to learn strong thrust, which has the same stat requirements as strong slash. So that's 8 base, 6 power, and 7 dexterity. So she already has the power allocated. We'll give it to dexterity, and then we'll upgrade base next time she levels up. Okay. Oops. Okay, go to turn. That's what I'm trying to do. And Bandit 8. Let's move. Okay, so this is something I'm thinking about right now. Kamorge, if this bandit moves here or here, can make an attack on it and wipe it out because its HP is low enough that it can happen. I don't think it's going to happen though, because Kamorge will probably start running up the ridge and sniping kills from the back. So let's move Reyna back here to get to snipe kills herself. Interesting. I've never had him go down this way before. He shouldn't attack for a Bastion. Let's double check that. Oh, he is. Kamorge. Is there a way to prevent him from attacking? So he can move here and do a strong splash from the side. So that is 20. So I'm counting AP right now. First move that you ever make is double AP cost. So 20, then 30, 40, 50. Which leaves him with 50 AP, which allows him to do strong slash. So we're not going to be able to avoid him doing strong slash. So Ione might need to actually take the kill. Unless I misread turns. No, Kamorge is there. We're in a predicament right now. Let's just go ahead and... attack. We'll take the kill. Or not. And I'd like to say we could dodge this, but 47% is actually really hard to dodge. You'll see in a second. Wow, she dodged it. Okay, we got lucky in that case. RNG is on our side, and these bandits are attacking me. Strange. Looks like the positioning that I just performed is actually working. Because usually, by this point, all the ATACs, enemy ATACs are attacking Franco, Halak, and Sadira. and I cannot get any experience kills from them whatsoever. Yeah, you're on a rampage. Halak is actually very powerful, so she can easily snipe kills. She's as dangerous as Kamorge. And he's avoiding Bandit 8. This is what I mean. Even though there is a Bandit who can be easily killed, sometimes the AI just completely avoids attacking them. Okay, so we're going to move to side. We don't have strong slash yet, so we'll attack from over here, and we'll do a normal thrust. There we go. Now, we have Dex 5 right now. So all that's going to require is Dex 7. So there we go. That's Dex 7. It looks like Dex 6, but it's not. You have to add the white tick to it. So we've got ourselves Strong Slash. The next one to learn would probably be a dormant skill. And that Reflect Attack needs 6 base and 12 power. That's going to be useful in Dion's test, so we're going to work towards that. Now, the thing about dormant skills is they are only learned from the blue ticks, the base ticks, the pilot, character, stats. No equipment required. So you have to pay attention to those ones. So currently he has base 5, so he needs base 6 and power 12 to get Reflect Attack. So we need to level up 2 more times and give all the stat points to power in order to learn it. And we got ourselves our Strong Slash. Going to make Bastion be able to kill more opponents more easily. Alright, let's walk behind and we're going to take this kill. Or not? Who comes next? This is actually, it's very important you pay attention to who's going to attack next, or you lose a lot of kills and experience. So Ione's going to come next. She's not going to be able to reach the bandit. Devil and Barlow don't attack. Sadira could potentially chase the bandit and kill it. Halak is right beside it, so she'll definitely kill it, and Kamorge is next. Alright, that's who has low HP. Okay, who has a higher level? Okay, this bandit does. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack this bandit. Not with that. We're going to move back a little bit. We're going to see if we can long thrust and have... No, we can't long thrust. Okay. Can we long thrust from here? Yes, we can. Alright, there we go. We're going to attack. Get a lot of experience. We're going to move back to... We're going to stay right here and end. Now, unfortunately, Ione isn't going to reach anybody, so she can't block off any squares, any tiles from the AIs. We could attack, but dodging would be more ideal. We'd try and keep her alive. Morale is not important whatsoever in the Ruin route, so you don't have to care about paying attention to it. It's only really important in the Kingdom route. Actually, it's vital in the Kingdom route. Alright, so we're gonna have to move, try and get around Reyna. And Reyna can act from here. Do a long thrust. And although she can do a long thrust there's the issue of the AI allies taking a kill. So we have Franco coming next, but he might just end up attacking the bandit behind him. Then we have Bastion coming up. So let's do this. Let's hope this works out. Bastion's going to move 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So that leaves 30 AP left if he gets to here. Oh, he's not even going to be able to reach it. Okay. He's not even going to reach this bandit right here. So we're at an issue. He could probably take this one. So here's what we can do. We're going to long thrust bandit 1 just to get the experience. We're going to move here and stop. And we're going to bring Bastion up to the other bandit and hope it's still alive. Okay, good. And Bastion might be able to get the kill. No. Franco blocked it off. Okay. Alright, looks like we're going to lose Bandit 1, which is a ton of experience because it has the highest experience in this battle. Or the highest level. Yeah, there goes Sadira. Alright, so we leveled up a little bit. If you're here and you want to see how to get the Empire route, you need to be level 8 by the end of the next mission. If you're not, then you won't have access to the Empire route. We searched everywhere, but there were no other survivors of the attack, nor did I expect there to be. Never in any of my battles have I seen such senseless carnage. Nor have I. Those sadistic freaks took pleasure in killing these people. We did not detect them until it was too late. My friends begged them for mercy. I heard their screams. I think I'm going to be sick. This is truly a dark day in the history of the Duyeres Empire. And who are you to show such concern for the Empire? Are you not an Imperial citizen? Surely you recognize the face of your princess. The Imperial princess. We have received many reports of soldiers using the power of the Empire for criminal acts. I journey here to investigate the rumors, and I have now confirmed them beyond any doubt. How can you be so clinical after witnessing this travesty? Imperial soldiers cut down innocent travelers and took glee in their deaths. You shouldn't be ashamed at what has taken place here, princess. You should be horrified. Is this what your precious empire stands for? The slaughter of the innocent and the desecration of the dead? Why do you not speak, princess? Have my words chipped at the royal heart of ice? Answer me. I. Lower your voice, Bastion. We all recognize the tragedy which has unfolded here. We thank you and your escorts for aiding us in the battle, princess. I can't believe that father is being so courteous to the child of the Empire himself. He represents everything I've always been taught to detest. Indeed, we are in your debt, good sir. Without your considerable strength, I doubt we could have prevented the rogues from prevailing here. In my humble opinion, there's no need for us to quarrel when our intentions were the same. Really, I always thought the Empire's intent was to plunder from anyone and everyone. You're probably upset that these people won't be around to pay any more travel tolls. I have had entirely enough of your misguided anger, boy. I've come here to stop these bandits from committing these horrible acts. Sadira speaks the truth. It is the will of the princess to end to halt the anarchy and the bloodletting. Why do you believe otherwise? Why? Look at the senseless death before you, sir, and perhaps you will begin to understand. Hey, you self-righteous boy with the big mouth. You seem to think that's only the Empire which visits evil acts upon the innocent. I assure you, the Parasia Kingdom has abused its power just as much, if not more. Impossible. Wrong. Very possible and very real. Have you ever seen the terror these armies cause? Butchers are butchers, regardless of the crest under which they shed innocent blood. I admit that I have not seen the terror you have, sir, but I have never seen the kingdom's armies cause an atrocity like this, whereas I have seen them cause similar acts more times than I can count. The insanity of war drives the most honorable of men to commit the most unthinkable acts. The kingdom and the empire wage their endless battles, and the people of the continent endlessly suffer. Yes, I want the suffering to end, sir. That's why I'm here. I'm going to stop the war. I'm going to restore peace to our land and our people. I shall not forget this day, and I shall not fail. Franco, it's time to depart. Yes, Highness. I pray we shall not encounter another such scene in our travels. Had we met under a different set of circumstances, good sir, I believe we could have been friends. But you have my respect regardless of your feelings about the Empire. My respect follows you in kind, Franco. You know my name, sir, but I know not yours. I am Kamorge. Kamorge and Bastion, I believe you said earlier. Take care in your journeys. We should also make haste. Sharks come quickly at the scent of blood. Father, I suppose your long face means you believe we should invite these two travelers to join our party. You already saved both our lives, and now you would help us again? Your kindness knows no bounds. Yeah, thanks a lot. I really don't want to get beaten up again. I'm Devlin, this is my special friend Barlow. It's nice to meet you. Would you guys have any food? I have a glandular disorder. Makes me want to eat a lot. Well, hello everybody. You weren't thinking of leaving without me, were you? Of course not. And who are you? You're alive. Ha! I knew those damn bandits could never have slain the infamous Andrew. Your Highness, you appear to be troubled. What news has caused your noble brow to furrow? Why was I not informed of your plans to travel into the war zone, Faulkner? You know how strong my desire to join you on the field of battle runs within me. It is entirely unacceptable that Sadira should be allowed to engage the enemy when I am not. Please forgive me, Highness, but we have discussed this many times in the past. You are the immediate heir to the Empire Duyere. Your safety is my utmost concern. I cannot allow our future king to act frivolously where his life is at risk. You understand that? Yes, Faulkner. I am acutely aware of the many burdens placed upon me since my birth. But the fact remains that the desire to fight for the Empire I shall one day inherit cannot be denied. And to fight at the side of a legend such as yourself would be at once an honor and a privilege. You flatter me with your gracious words, Prince Duyere. My gracious nature shall turn foul if you continue to deny me the one thing I most crave. But the repairs on your Sarbellus ATAC are incomplete, Duyere. You could not fight at full strength. Then shall merely fight with more caution, Faulkner. Have you another excuse to proffer? All right, Prince. You may accompany me, but you must promise to obey my orders at all times. Of course, Faulkner. I ask only to be treated the same way as any soldier under your command. But you are no mere soldier, Duyere, and I cannot pretend otherwise. Then at least pretend to pretend, Faulkner. I demand it. As you wish, Majesty. That's better. Prepare my ATAC at once. I'm ready to go. Let's kick some Imperial butt and make tracks for the nearest brothel. Tell me, Devlin, has this man's, ego always been so dangerously inflated? Some people were bred to notice the boorish nature of such a braggart. All I know for certain is that he's an excellent fighter, and he's more than able to hold his liquor. I have never been particularly inclined to ask how he developed either skill. Hey man, don't you know you're not supposed to talk about me like that until you're behind my back? Father, I refuse to believe that the kingdom is as Devlin said, because if his words are true, then there's no reason to fight the Empire, because the citizens of the continent have already lost. Bastion, when we reach Galvus, you will understand why this war must be fought. You will learn. Wait, I detect 2 groups of ATACs, both in front of and behind us. We've been surrounded. More Imperial troops from the looks of them. See, I knew that princess didn't mean a word she said. Her soldiers are still wreaking havoc. These are no rogue soldiers, Bastion. These are the Empire's elite fighters. And I dare not tell you who leads them into battle. Alright, so we now have finished Bandit Brigade, which is easy. It was pretty easy. Let's double check our status. We need to make sure that Bastion is getting the experience. So he's level 5. We can easily get him to level 3 in this mission. As for Reyna, she should have long thrust in the next mission. Just give it all to base. And yeah, everything looks so far so good. Unfortunately, we have no ATAC to swap just yet. We'll give Bastion Opal, which allows him to learn Fireball. And that's actually going to make him a lot more tougher. As for Reyna, we're going to keep her with Turquoise, just because that's her main sealing stone. So let's exit here. And we're going to save. Okay, now we're going to have Reyna and Barlow follow us into the Ruin Route, so we can talk to them if we really want to. But we'll talk to Reyna only. Barlow, you can easily get his morale up if you really want to by just having him do absolutely nothing in battle. You can just end his turn every battle and never let him fight, and his morale will actually increase the whole time. This might sound strange, Bastion, but you remind me of my brothers back at home, young and naive. Okay, let's keep talking to her one more time. There we go. And we're going to go into briefing now. Maqui bridged. We are greatly outnumbered and under attack from both the front and the rear. I admire your perfect calm in the midst of such an overwhelmingly poor circumstance. I shall engage the rear troops, Ione. You and the others must fend off the frontal assault. Agreed. I'll fight with you, Father. No, Bastion, you must fight with Ione. Father, you can't defeat an entire battalion of Imperial troops by yourself. There's only room for a single soldier on the bridge of Bastion. I can and must hold them at bay. Of course, Father. I didn't mean to doubt you. There's no need to apologize, Bastion. I'm sure your father understands your concern. Indeed. Fight with honor, Kamorge. You as well, Ione. Faulkner himself has come to claim Bastion. Perhaps I should have known that he would. But that doesn't matter now. All that matters is preventing Bastion from falling into Imperial hands. I must prevail. Alright, so there is one attack that we can actually get, and that is Fireball. We are going to require, for that, 10 power. So, here's what we're going to do. We've got Strong Slash already. And if we give Bastion's next level up to Alta Power, which will increase his power to 10, what we can get is Fireball, and it is a massively overpowered attack, especially in the early game. Fire, Sealing Stone, is powerful, but just remember, it is not the best. Power does not equal OP-ness in this game. But we need it right now because we need to level up Bastion as much as possible. It has been far too long since I last engaged in battle. I have longed to feel this excitement again. And I shall delight in slaying these ignorant fools who dare to defy the will of the Empire. Your Highness, General Faulkner said these ATACs were to be captured, not destroyed. Yes, and when they resist capture, these rebels will have to be killed. I cannot wait. Now still your insolent tongue and escort me into battle. Alright, so this is a battle where Kamorge cannot survive, so basically we lose him right after this. From here, we can actually attack all the bodyguards. The thing about Duyere is that he'll retreat when Faulkner ends up retreating himself. And getting him to 50% HP and below does not force a retreat, which in future battles, you'll see it happen a lot. So from here, you can be safe and wipe out Duyere. Now, the only unfortunate thing is his level is extremely low. So only give the kill for Duyere to, let's say, Barlow or even Reyna. For Bastion, he's already level 5. You want to give the kills from the bodyguards to Bastion, just for that very reason. Okay, so now we're not going to back up. We're not going to back up Kamorge. There's no point at all. So we might actually just leave Barlow here, potentially, because once Kamorge and Faulkner are gone, the bridge is going to be open, which means Imperial 4 and 3 are going to start charging across it towards us and attack our flank. So we're going to have to prepare for that. Let's instead just move Reyna as far forward as possible. We're going to have her use long thrust the whole time until she can learn ice shards, which is actually which is far better than long thrust. So something you should definitely try and learn right away. Devlin and Barlow, they will help whittle down the enemy HP. Okay, so here we go. Reyna, you can go ahead and once Duyere is gone, there's another thing to remember. One of the bodyguards leaves with him. I believe bodyguard 1 does. So I believe he has the highest level. Yeah, so bodyguard 1 would take off with Duyere once Duyere's out of the field. So you don't need to focus on Duyere at all. Focus on taking down his bodyguards because they're both at higher level. You get more experience, and Duyeres And Duyere's at such a low level that trying to get experience from him isn't going to work out nicely. So let's move here to prevent Bastion getting attacked from the back. And try and level him up. So he's going to need 227 more experience, which sounds like a lot, but a simple kill from the front and potentially from this bodyguard 2 and above, would be an instant level up. Okay, let's have Ione just go. We still don't want Duyere attacking us from the back. So we're going to block him off here and just pepper him with minor attacks the whole time. Okay, and we'll block off Duyere's path from here. We'll attack. Actually, no. We're going to have Barlow make attacks on Duyere. So we'll go here and stop Devlin there. Move Barlow up. And we'll have Duyere make minor attacks. Impressive. Very impressive. Neither his fighting skills nor his immense strength have dwindled with age. Which of you will lose to? Rather, which of you chooses to fight the old man next? I gladly volunteer to dispatch this rebel for you, sir. Okay, so the Imperial soldiers have like nothing on Kamorge. Kamorge can easily wipe them out, as is his I guess his power level is over 9,000. Okay, let's avoid this. Unfortunately, 50% does not mean he's gonna successfully avoid it. That's the unfortunate thing. Okay, so they're running off, which is unfortunate, and basically taking Reyna, like attacking her from behind. This is the hard thing about the bodyguards. They are really strong currently, and trying to wipe them out safely is pretty difficult. So we're going to use long thrust again on this one right here. And Bastion can go ahead and use strong slash. We might need to just attack from the back. Let's go do back attacks. We are getting less experience, but it's okay. The point of this is to survive, because we gotta wipe them out as fast as possible, like the bodyguards, I mean, and get as much experience as possible before Kamorge and Faulkner fight. Okay, don't worry too much about Barlow. Reyna can go ahead and long thrust. Or not. There's the only problem with being trapped. You get into situations like that. We might need to restart this mission. We'll see what happens. Reyna dying doesn't have a huge impact. We just need to be able to survive with Bastion. Death to anyone who stands in the Empire's path. Usually Barlow has a comeback full of sweets and lollipops. He didn't this time, which was interesting. I've grown tired of feeding you these amateurs, old man. It's time for you to embrace your eternal judgment. Alright, so once Kamorge and Faulkner are done fighting, oh my gosh, once they're done fighting, that is the end of, the bridge is going to be open, so we're going to start heading back that way. Receive my sincere admiration, old man. A lesser warrior would have fled at my mere approach. Before I kill you, perhaps you could confess as to which of your precious companions is the royal one. The boy for whom you will so gladly sacrifice your own miserable life. You will never find him, Faulkner, but he will find you, and he will annihilate your accursed empire. Defiant to the end, I expect no less from you. Now let us finish this with haste. The sooner you die, the sooner the eternal reign will begin. Alright, so we're going to start working our way backwards. That bridge is going to be open in a little bit. I believe in one more turn. And we'll do back attacks while we're moving. Okay, let's move Ione. We just need one ATAC to block the way. That's basically all we need. Okay, Barlow, move him. We'll move him behind Bastion so Bastion can't be back attacked. Okay, avoid is not working. Okay, next turn with Faulkner and Kamorge will be the moment the bridge opens up. Let's go ahead and try and avoid this. Okay, things are tricky. Now, if you were here for previously... Oh, we'll actually watch this first. Epic. Truly epic. Okay, now the bridge is going to be open. A foolish attack, easily countered. I expected more from you, Alucard. So much more. What's this? My leg servals are losing pressure, and my torso actuators have been damaged. Even in death, you surprise me. This battle has grown tiresome. Capture the remaining rebels and do it quickly. Yes, sir. What? Faulkner is retreating? I can't finish off these rebels without him. Father. Father! Wait. I was under the impression that one of the bodyguards left with him, which is interesting they didn't. Maybe it's when he falls that they leave with him. Okay, so to prevent the Imperials here from basically taking our flank, we're going to move Ione up and block the bridge. We'll pull her out as we need to, but otherwise we'll follow this pattern right here. We're basically going to do the turtle strat. Okay, Devlin is in serious danger, but that's okay. He can whittle them down while we try and survive here. This is bad. We really might actually have to restart this mission, which is unfortunate. It does happen with older games where if you try something new, things just won't end up working out the way you intend. So I tried a new strat to see whether or not it would work, and so far has not produced the results I was looking for. Go ahead and end here. Okay, so we're just basically moving Devlin around to weaken the bodyguards. And he's missing. Okay, we're going to move forward one. Now, he can only be attacked one at a time and from the front. We can go ahead and... We could probably move... I was going to say put Barlow right here, right? He might end up dying really quick, but we'll leave him where he is. Because when they move up to Bastion, that bodyguard who's attacking Bastion can be back attacked. Defend that. Go ahead and do normal thrusts here. Good thing those Imperials on the bridge are really weak. Wait, nope. Okay, managed to dodge it. It's excellent. Fortunately, we do not have tackle. If we had tackle, we could attack safely. So let's end with Bastion, and we're going to attack. Let's see, is Devlin coming up next? So Devlin comes up next. We'll leave Barlow alone. And we'll go ahead and do a thrust with Ione. We don't have to worry about the Imperials behind us because they are very, very weak. Okay, good. Weakened a lot more. I'm hoping like that they avoid at 50-ish%. Good. Good, good, good. Things still working out. Okay, so he didn't counterattack because his FP was too high. Alright, so now we need to put all our everything towards power in order to learn Fireball. And there it is. Now we can do tons more damage. And because we're going to be attacked from the front, we are going to get max experience. We could attack and wipe him out in one go, but then Bastion would lose the experience. So we're going to move Barlow to attack Bodyguard 2. And fail at the same time. Now, we can attack Bodyguard 3, but we fail at that. Devlin is going to die, is the unfortunate thing. So we're going to have to attack from the front. And they both managed to dodge it somehow. That is pretty crazy. Okay, so let's end here. And go ahead and just keep using thrust with Ione. Okay, Barlow's gone. And Bastion can just sit back again. Nobody wants to attack him. Not that it's a bad thing. The second Bastion's gone, is the second I lose the mission. So the point of Devlin and Barlow was to weaken the remaining bodyguards. Ione is just holding the bridge from the back, so Bastion doesn't get flank attacked. Okay, so we might end up dodging. So let's go give it a shot. Nope, we didn't dodge. Let's see if we can do Fireball safely. We can't, but they have a 65% chance of missing. So we could try it out. Yeah, good. All right, perfect. So if we keep leveling up, doing this, then we can probably we'll be able to survive basically, because bodyguards can only attack one at a time, and Fireball is extremely powerful. And as long as Bastion can successfully block attacks, we won't have to worry too much about dying. Good. Successfully dodging everything. Now, since we have Fireball, the next step with him is to learn Parry, which learn Reflect Attack, which is 12 power. We already have 6 base, and yeah, 2 more to power, and then give everything else to Dexterity in order to learn Parry. No, to learn Parry. We'll learn Reflect Attack with 12 power. Okay, Ione leaves after the next mission. So in mission 5, she's gone. So let's instead increase her defense even higher so that she can more safely attack. Just in case Bastion, well actually even if Bastion dies, it's over. Defending might be the only option. If we get hit with this, it's game over. So defend. Okay, good. We still managed to dodge that. Okay, a Fireball will be enough to, not wipe it out. Okay. One more attack will make Bastion level up. And that's what we're waiting for. And he levels up because they're at the same level. Yeah, he levels up because they're at the same level. Alright, so Dormant Skill Reflect Attack required 12 power. So that's basically all the stat points to power. Now, unfortunately, the only unfortunate thing is this is amazing, but if it doesn't activate when he's being attacked, we get hit and we probably end up dying. So we're going to need to hopefully get level up enough times to increase Dex to 12, which is going to cost about 2 level ups, which we probably won't get. Okay, so that's 25%. We can try Fireball, and let's watch it. Let's see if Deflect Attack activates. There we go. That's Deflect Attack. All right, this is working out really well. Bastion might not end up dying, and we won't have to restart the mission. So if you ever put in a situation like I am, and you are on the verge of death, find a position where you can fight one enemy at a time, and or prevent back attacks. That would be your key to survival. Okay, so if we use this, we can wipe on another one. And we got hit. Deflect Attack didn't activate that time. Okay, let's double check this. So Imperial 4s and then Bodyguard 2 are last. So they're both going to attack. They're both going to be able to attack for Bastion. So my ideal was I would have moved Ione here, and then be able to kill Imperial 4 to prevent Bastion from getting killed. Although, that's a good strategy, because Bastion is 2 HP. He might still end up getting hit by Imperial 4, but the odds of him surviving are higher against Imperial 4. So we'll move Ione up. We'll attack Imperial 2 and end our turn here. And why is Bastion first? I must have misread the turn counter. Alright, so let's go ahead and move forward. We can use Fireball. And miss. Interesting. Okay, we missed. That's unfortunate. Okay, we're risking it all here. We really lucked out on that one. Alright, so Bastion this time. Let's try and make the hit, please. We'll use normal slash to increase our... Actually, use Fireball. It's still 81%. We'll use normal slash and try and hit him. We still missed. What in the world? Okay, RNG. This is RNG hell right here. Whoa. So I'm in that situation where RNG is just is failing me completely. So let's go ahead. Let's double check. He doesn't have any dormant skills. He doesn't. So the fact that it's dodging is just pure luck. I don't understand that. Let's move back one. And we'll avoid. Can't avoid. Bastion and then Imperial 4 next. This Imperial 4 is an OP character for some reason. It is dodging everything I throw at it. Okay, we're going to try and get rid of Bodyguard 2 immediately. As fast as possible. We need to. Because Bastion is... Well, he's in huge danger. Like, this Imperial just will not go down. Okay, let's check the turn counter. So Ione's after Bodyguard 2. You have nothing, so we can do this, that, and Fireball. Now, let's hope this hits. Good, okay. Now Ione, she can move forward. Okay, so we need parry, so we'll give it all to Dexterity. And one more level would be... One more level for parry. Remove Ione up and take this kill, because for some reason Bastion cannot hit this Imperial. There we go. The battle is won. Now here, if you are here for the Empire route, which you shouldn't be, we're heading into Ruin route. But if you're here for the Empire route, go to I shall find that murderer, and you'll begin where you want to go. We have to stay on the Kingdom route in order to get into the Ruin route, so we must attend to Kamorge. Oh, Father, please be all right. Bastion, listen carefully to what I have to say. For my time in this world is slipping away. Father, save your strength. I won't let you perish. Just lie still and allow us to treat your wounds. I cannot protect you any longer, Bastion. You must complete your journey without me. Draw upon the strength of Puck, Milea, and the new allies that share your love of justice. Ione, Reyna, I beg you to help Bastion, and to watch over Puck and Milea. Stop this, Kamorge. Stop speaking as if your death is assured. Alas, it is. The wounds which I have suffered are mortal. Press down harder on that bandage, Bastion. You must stop the bleeding. Tell Galvus that the Supreme Spirit sleeps at the feet of the Lion. Tell him to guide the holy lineage to the light. You're delirious, Father. The words you speak make no sense. Bastion, I speak wisdom, and one day you shall understand. I have one final secret. Before you complete your journey, you need to know how it began. Please hurry, Your Majesty. The Imperial forces are closing fast. I appreciate your concern, Alagard, but I am not unaware of the forces that swarm toward us. Wait. Vapparo, You are the one who led the Imperial forces here? You are the one who betrayed my trust? Why? Because I learned the truth. I learned that my village was destroyed by the kingdom, not the Empire. It is my wife's blood that stains your hands, and is your blue blood that shall adorn my sword. Emperor Degal has told you lies, Savaro. He is using your grief to manipulate you. Enough. I don't care which of you is the liar, but because both of you partake of the bitter cup of my revenge. Savaro, I grieve for your loss, but this is madness. No amount of bloodshed will bring her back. Your Majesty, this is not the time to engage in debate. I will battle Savaro while you flee the capital. No, Alucard, I shall stay here to give Savaro the opportunity for his revenge. What? Now it is you who speaks madness, Majesty. I am sworn to lay down my life for yours. And as your commander, I hereby absolve you of your duty. Now go. The Imperials are moments away. I shall never forget your honor and bravery, Majesty. Never. I sentence you to death for your crimes against humanity. Your execution shall be swift. Nay, it is you who shall perish this black day, Savaro. Your death shall be as senseless as your wife's. I only wish that I could make you see the truth. Father, what happened to you? What a provocative development. Faulkner's father, slain by the king himself. Why are you fools standing there? Pursue Alucard and capture him. Father. Oh, Father. Faulkner, I am sorry for your loss. Savaro was a great man. You must bear his legacy with honor. And you must help me to restore the Empire to its former glory. Then we shall exact our revenge. I will do anything and everything I can possibly to assist you, Emperor Degal. I will devote my life to the destruction of the kingdom. Your devotion shall be richly rewarded in time, Faulkner. I promise you. Thank you, Your Majesty. Father, I will drown the soldiers of the kingdom in an ocean of their own blood. I swear it on your soul. And as the king bravely fought his final battle, I spirited his only son away from the castle. You fought for the kingdom, Father? You were a bodyguard of the king? How can this be? The days have passed so quickly, Bastion. I always thought of you as a boy, but you are now a man. You might not have been my son by blood, but you have become my son in my heart. What are you saying? Bastion, you must walk the road onto which your consciousness guides you. I ask you to live with honor and to walk with the light. Father, Father, wake up. What do you mean I'm not your son? Answer me, Father. Father. No. Oh no. I wish there was something we could do to ease Bastion's pain, but all we can do is watch him mourn. There is something we can do, Reyna. We can take him to Galvus and help him discover the truth. It was Kamorge's dying wish that we do so, and it would never refuse the request of such an honorable man. Bastion needs you, Milea. Go to his side and comfort him in his grief. Yes, of course. We can't leave Kamorge's ATAC here to be cut into scrap by Bandit's puck. Can you control the Barazaf? Yeah, I can drive it, but I don't know how to fight in it. That's fine. I wouldn't expect you to have any combat training. Devlin, what about you and Barlow? Are you going to travel onward with us, or make your own path? We're coming with you, not just because it's safer, but because we want to know what's going on. Alright then, program a course for Araba Castle, due east of here. Whoa, excuse me, gorgeous, but am I the only one who's noticed that we're headed straight for Araba Castle? Well, aren't you the observant one? Why do you ask? Oh, just because it was stormed by Imperial forces a short while ago. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see us. I mean, you can never have too many prisoners of war, right? What are you talking about? Araba Castle would never fall into the hands of the Empire. Never say never, my bodacious friend. Not only have they claimed the castle, they also captured some general. Galvus? Yeah, that's him. He must be a pretty important guy, cause Duke Zeira's headed straight for Araba to rescue him. Duke Zeira, the ruler of Avalon? Why didn't you tell us about all of this sooner, you twit? I would have, but I kept getting lost in a daydream about you, me, and a hot tub full of chocolate pudding. Spare me your sick little fantasies and explain how you came to know what happened at Araba Castle. Hey, don't knock the pudding thing till you've tried it. And as for how I know about Araba, it's obvious. All that's obvious to me is that no one has loved you as much as you love yourself. Now explain. I know about Araba because, drumroll please, I'm the coolest. What are we going to do now, Ione? Hey, aren't you going to show a little appreciation for the info I just gave you, preferably with your lips? Well, we obviously can't continue on to Araba, if Andrew is telling you the truth, of course. But I'd rather not take any chances. I suggest we meet with Duke Zeira and determine what's happening. As usual, I completely agree. Back to the west we go. Well, ladies, I'm afraid you're going to have to live without me for just a little while longer. Could you make that forever? I like your sense of humor, my juicy little peach, but you're prettier when you don't speak. Anyway, there's a town near here with a few female friends of mine, and we get along very well. How wonderful for you. Really, let's keep moving, everyone. Zeira's castle isn't far now. Why must you play so hard to get? I know that you want to ravage me like a rabid weasel. Ah, well, I'll be back soon, darling. Perhaps you'll have some sugar for me when I return. He always disappears like that, sometimes for days. I don't know why, and I don't want to know. All I know for sure is that I wouldn't especially mind if he were to wander off the nearest cliff. Oh, Bastion, I cannot bear to see you in such pain. Reyna, that is truly one of the most tragic tales I've ever heard. And another good reason why we must hurry to Galvas's defense. By the way, I am Duke Zeira, leader of the Avalon Principality. Bastion, it is an honor to meet you. Bastion, please show some respect. The Duke is talking to you. It is quite understandable, Reyna. I've taken no offense. He's been through quite an ordeal. I know the pain you feel inside draws you away right now, Bastion, but just listen to what I have to say. Galvas is being held against his will in Araba Castle. I intend to free him. I need your help. Just one ATAC could be the difference between victory and defeat. Reyna has informed me that Kamorge hinted of Galvas knowing a secret that would be of value to you. I feel like Galvas may hold the answers to many of your questions that yet remain. In fact, my intelligence officers have returned with a piece of information that may stir your interest. The Imperials guarding the Araba Castle are the ones your father fought at Maqui Bridge. They are? The time before departure dwindles even now, Bastion. I'd be honored if you joined me at Araba Castle. Reyna has spoken of your skill. It seems you would be a great asset to the cause. Sir, I shall accompany you. I attach but one condition. Promise that you will not interfere when I slay the pig who murdered my father. Upon my honor, Bastion. Alright. Is the game audio too low? I need to double check that, so just give me a second. Okay, so sorry for that, everyone. I didn't know my the game audio somehow went down. Crazy. So yeah, apologies for that. I will edit and release a live stream version with correct audio levels, rather than just make this one public. So look forward to that with better audio. Again, sorry. So we finished Tragic Farewell. We're gonna head into, let's see, chapter 4, mission 4, Araba Castle now. Okay, so apparently we're saving upwards rather than downwards. Interesting. And we're gonna go to equip. Now let's see what we have to do here. We shouldn't have any free ATACs yet, except for Barazaf, but that was mainly because of Kamorge being killed. So Ratatosk, I would say keep Ratatosk. And yeah, just keep Ratatosk on. Let's see here. We got Fireball. We're going to keep Fireball so we can level up quickly. And that's really all we have. We shouldn't have any accessories here. Yeah, we don't. Okay, let's exit here. We're going to do our interview before we start the last mission. And we, as you can see, Devlin doesn't like us. And that's specifically because he died. And because we've been doing back attacks to win. So let's just avoid him. He's not going to join us for Ruin. We'll keep speaking to Reyna. I baked Ione some cookies, but I must have used the wrong ingredients. Why else would she projectile vomit? Okay, so obviously Reyna completely loves us, so she's really easy to get to the heart icon. Okay, let's check briefing. Haven't you come to reclaim Araba? Haven't come to reclaim Araba. Not yet anyway. Our only objective is to rescue poor Galvis. Ione and Reyna have examined the maps obtained by intelligence. I believe they have found a way in. Our main task is to keep the Imperials busy to buy Ione and Reyna time to find Galvis. However, we mustn't let them know we are restraining ourselves. We must maintain a fragile illusion. 2 attack squads will be utilized. Primary force will attack from the front, secondary from the side. Ganlon and I shall lead the primary force. Bastion, you shall lead the secondary force. If our intelligence is correct, we shall be facing substantially more ATACs than I had expected. What of the man who killed my father, Faulkner? Do you expect him to join his troops in battle? I can't be certain, Bastion, but it is very likely. A general must lead, or he loses the respect of his men. Remember, the task is to hold the Imperials until Galvis is spirited away to safety. As soon as we receive word from Ione, we must immediately retreat to Avalon. I know you crave revenge, Bastion. I just cannot allow you to risk Galvis' life to exact it. Alright, so let's begin the mission now. As you know, gentlemen, Avalon has sent an army to reclaim this castle. I expected this, and am unconcerned. We shall allow Duke Zeira and his forces to come. They shall exhaust themselves in the assault, and then we shall reveal our true strength, at which point the Duke and his men shall be annihilated. That is all, gentlemen. Return to your posts and await further orders. I trust that you have an excellent reason for interrupting this meeting. I am sorry, Excellency. I felt it important to inform you that Prince Duyere has departed. What? I gave specific orders that no one was to enter or leave Araba until the Avalon threat was quelled. And I informed him as such, dear Excellency. But he is the Imperial Prince. He was quite adamant. He made no sense, just muttering while making up for his mistakes in the battle at the Maqui bridge. I apologize and beg your forgiveness, Excellency. This makes the situation rather complicated. Damn that Duyere. Your orders have changed, gentlemen. We must mobilize our ATACs to fight alongside the brave Prince Duyere. We shall undoubtedly suffer more casualties than I had originally anticipated, but our superior fighting skill and strength of numbers shall still assure us of victory. Of course, we must leave a regiment within the castle. I have decided upon yours, Commander Zakov. What? And why should my men and I be deprived of a role in the glorious victory to come? Surely a man of your experience and wisdom realizes that we cannot leave Araba exposed, Commander. You should be honored that I have entrusted you with a task of such great importance, not insulted. There is no honor in cowering behind castle walls, Faulkner. I wish to fight. Unfortunately, Zakov, I have neither the time nor the energy to engage you in a debate. You shall obey my order, and you will guard Araba until my return. I'll be very disappointed if you fail to heed my instructions, Zakov. Very disappointed. You understand the gravity of the words I've imparted to you here? How I would love to kill you slowly, you sarcastic bastard. I understand, Faulkner, fucker. Your accent seems to have suddenly thickened, Commander. I pray for your sake it lightens soon. Now then, protecting Galvus during the attack should be of vital import. He may yet prove useful. This will be a glorious day in the history of the Empire, gentlemen. To battle. Duyere was once a mere annoyance, but now he's a threat to my plans. I must deal with him carefully. Hey, where are the guards we're supposed to be relieving? Are we late for our shift? I didn't realize we spent so long swilling ale. Galvus. Help me, Ione. We have to figure out how to get him out of this cell. I think I have a good idea of how to accomplish that, Reyna. I just need to fill up these guards. It's a little smaller than average, but here it is. The key to Galvus' cell. A lot easier than trying to squeeze through those bars if you ask me. Galvus, we've come to rescue you. But you probably realize that when we demonstrate our hand-to-hand combat skills on these poor fools. Ugh. Galvus, are you injured? Have these Imperials been torturing you? I'll be alright. The only torture I've undergone is being allowed to use the facilities only once a day. Perhaps we can stop at a restroom after you free me from this accursed dungeon. I apologize, Sir Galvus, but you'll need to hold it until after we've left the castle. Nice work, ladies. Very nice indeed. The boss will be impressed when he hears about this. The plan seems to be a success. Every ATAC in Araba must be out here to engage us. I just pray that the women find Galvus before these wretched Imperials tarnish us too badly. Bastion, you must attack now. That ATAC, it's Faulkner. Stick to Zeira's plan, Bastion. If you do anything stupid, you put all our lives at risk. You understand that, don't you? Okay, so this is actually an interesting thing. I read that if you pick I don't care, Devlin gets a power boost for some reason. But if you pick I understand, no boost happens to him. So we're going to pick I don't care, and we're going to monitor how much damage he actually does. You can worry about your own life, Devlin. I'm here to claim revenge, nothing more. I know full well about wanting revenge, Bastion. I have lost both friends and family to the Empire. But if you attack Faulkner, you jeopardize the life of Galvus. The only one who can explain what your father told you with his final breath. Be patient, Bastion. You'll have your chance for revenge soon enough. But I have a chance for revenge at this very moment. Alright, so we have lots of AI allies in the form of kingdoms. We have lots of AI enemies in the form of the Imperials. So the only problem with this mission, is that because there's so many characters on screen, it actually turns out to be a very long mission. Sadira, Franco, and Halak are going to appear again, and strangely enough, I don't think a lot of people know this, is that you can attack them for a massive amount of experience, especially Halak and Franco. Sadira is really easy to kill, or to defeat, but if you take down Halak and Franco, you get tons of experience for it. The only problem is you'd have to cross to the edge of the map, just past the Imperial forces, and defeat them as fast as possible, but you also have to worry about the bridge at the same time. This is mainly because the bridge is going to be your lifeline once the Kingdom forces get defeated, because they are going to be defeated. They can't survive. They don't have the capacity to defeat all the Imperials, especially with Faulkner around. So we're just watching. They will eventually be defeated. You just have to wait for it. We can actually help the Kingdom forces so that we can probably get more kills, but that's a risky maneuver that I have never attempted before. But you know what? Let's make that kind of attempt. Let's take down these Imperials here first. And then we can rush over to here and take down Franco and Halak right away. Let's give that a shot. Okay, as usual, they're attacking Bastion from the back. Unfortunately, his agility is a little low, but that's okay. And, okay, that's fine. Okay, hello, welcome to the stream. There's lots of AI allies here, so this battle takes longer because of them. And there's also lots of enemies. The battle takes longer because there's so many characters on screen. What we're going to try is something completely different. I've always ever turtled up on the bridge as a strategy, because more enemies are going to appear later on. But for this battle, I'm going to try and rush this way and find Sadira, Franco and Halak, and wipe them out. And we're going to save just in case everything backfires. We don't have to start this entire mission all over again. Here we go. Okay, we're taking down the Imperials here on the bridge first. We're going to wipe them out as fast as possible before Zakov exits the castle. And let's move out of the way for Barlow. There we go. Now, there's no way for the Kingdom forces to win. There's really no possible way. Okay, here we go. The Avalon ATACs are putting up a good fight against Faulkner. I told that fool that he could not win without my help. But perhaps I can take advantage of this situation and show Prince Duyere that it deserves to be a general. Soldier, come here at once. Yes, sir. Fetch Galvas from the dungeons and bring him to me. Yes, sir. I will display Galvas for everyone on the battlefield to see. The Avalon army will be forced to retreat, and I will be hailed as the man who changed the course of the war. Commander Zakov, why have you not brought Galvas as I ordered you to? He escaped, sir. What? He was to be guarded by at least 2 men at all times. Where are the fools now? They're dead, sir. Broken necks. Galvas must have killed them as he escaped. If they weren't already dead, I would kill them myself. Faulkner will have my head when he hears this news. Unless, if Galvas has escaped, then we must recapture him. You soldiers, come with me. We are joining the battle with Faulkner. But I thought General Faulkner's orders were for us to remain here in the castle, Commander. That was before Galvas escaped. When we find him and defeat these Avalon fools, Faulkner will not care. As you command, sir. What is Zakov doing? I cannot believe he would so blatantly disregard my orders. I knew he had ambitions to impress the prince, but this bold maneuver is certainly unexpected. After this battle is won, I will have to consider the best way to deal with him. Perhaps permanently. Duke Zeira, Galvas is with us and he's alright. Good work, Ione. All ATACs, prepare to fall back. Wait, Zeira, not yet. The ATACs which were guarding the castle have followed us in pursuit of Galvas, which means they have left Araba almost completely defenseless. These Imperial fools have given us an opportunity to reclaim Araba for the kingdom. Zeira, if you can continue to distract the Empire's forces for a short while, Reyna and I will join with Bastion's squadron and storm the castle. That's a fine idea, Ione. We'll keep these Imperial pigs busy for as long as you require. Bastion, we're coming up behind you. Give us a few moments. And once we've joined you, proceed directly to the castle entrance. Ignore the Imperials. Now that is the optimal way to complete this mission, by rushing the castle, and as soon as you get to the castle gates, mission complete, victory, and everything. We are going to instead not do that, and we're going to aim towards defeating everybody. And that includes Sadira, Franco, and Halak, who are going to appear over here. So we need to clear these Imperials fast before Zakov gets here. Ideally, I wanted to head to where Sadira appears, but I don't think that's going to be an option because the Kingdom forces are going to be wiped out very quickly from here on, and then Zakov is also going to appear here. The ones you have to worry about the most are Faulkner, because he has Melting Flare, which is a range 2 attack. And then that's really it. Zakov also, because he has Ice Shards, which can hit for also has a range of 2. They can't hide really well. The only thing we can do to prevent that is to take down Faulkner as quick as possible. What is Faulkner doing here? And for what reason has he invaded this castle and provoked the kingdom? Sadira, you know quite well that Faulkner has never needed a reason to embrace violence. He lives for it. Your Highness, do you recognize that ATAC across the way? If I'm not mistaken, it's being driven by the young man we encountered at Egas Canyon. Bastion. The boy who condemned my father's empire for waging war, and here he is battling against us. Is our empire truly so evil that it inspires such hatred in the hearts of men? Duyere, we have no reason to stay here and watch this, especially not if it upsets you. We can discuss your concerns while Faulkner with your father when we return home. No, I want to watch this. So, yeah, you can actually attack them. Sadira, Faulkner, Franco, and Halak, which is interesting because it's something I never knew, and I don't think a lot of people knew also, because your mission is to rush the castle, right? So you would avoid fighting them, and they appeared as allies in the previous mission. So why would you think you can attack them, right? The good thing is, if you attack them, you get tons of experience, especially from Halak and Franco. Sadira, not so much. Her level is far lower than what your level should be right now. I believe she's level 2, maybe 4. Double check that. So she's level 4, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we need to move Reyna up, and we're going to move Ione up too. Alright, Zakov and his entourage are going to rush directly towards the bridge. So we need to clear this Imperial quickly. Let's move Barlow, and we're gonna do a back attack. Ideally, you don't want to do this, but we kind of have to. We got to reduce the amount of enemies we're gonna face. So maybe potentially change a plan here. No, let's save here. Since we cleared the bridge, we can save here and then trying to attack Sadira from this, like from here. Potentially. Maybe we'll help out the Kingdom forces too, right? Because as soon as Avalon and Zeira are done, it's pretty much over for them. So we can probably try and keep them alive. Okay, let's rush those Imperial forces. We'll move towards Sadira after we take them down. We just need to make sure that... we just need to make sure that Faulkner and Duyere are gone, because as soon as they're gone, Zeira and Avalon are going to have an easier time, and they'll basically be focusing on taking down Zakov. It's going to be great. Maybe they'll attack Zakov. Can't trust these AIs. Move south. And Ione. Now, they might get trapped on the bridge because they're pretty far back. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so Reyna and Ione are probably going to end up being trapped on a bridge. We could probably help them. Yeah, by having Devlin and Barlow potentially walk off to, not the side, but attack them from behind. Let's say we put Devlin here, right? So he'd be able to get back attacked. What about from this guy? Yeah, that too. Who comes after Devlin? Barlow. So Barlow can go behind him. They can pull their defensive strat that they did back at Bandit Brigade, Mission 2, Egas Canyon. And we'll stop here. We'll go like that. There. And looks like Imperial 2 is moving off towards Bastion. We can use Fireball right here. There we go. Got a free kill. Now if we attack Faulkner, we're going to earn massive amounts of experience. Now here's the issue with that. He's level 12, his attack power is humongous. It is actually massive. If you get hit by any of his attacks, you can easily be wiped out. So the only real strategy in order to defeat Faulkner is to freeze him as fast as possible. If you don't do that, good luck. Like, he's actually really difficult. Okay, so let's not attack Duyere, we'll just stop him in his place. We'll make it so he can't escape. Okay, so there's Zakov. Yeah, just as strong. He's level 9, which whole reason why he's so strong. Okay, Duyere is going to attack. Okay, good. Everything's working out so far. Reyna's in trouble. We're going to have Devlin and Ione back her up. In order to do that, we got to drive up Zakov's FP. Right now he's at 70, so he's going to skip his next turn. Go ahead and we could probably defend this. We just need to make sure no one goes beside Zakov so we can take that position. Ideally with Barlow. Okay, so now they're blocked off. It's unfortunate. Yeah, really unfortunate. Oh, no, wait. Looks like Devlin can go beside Zakov and freeze him. So can Reyna, but it's too dangerous for her to attack. Okay, looks like Avalon's abandoning the prince. Okay, so Barlow can go here. Does he have strong slash yet? No, he doesn't. So we'll have Barlow make the attack, and then that will freeze Zakov. He's taking a lot of damage, but it will be fine. Now, because we are actually going to switch him to the wind sealing stones, so we're going to increase his agility and his dexterity so that we can learn tornado and turbulence. Okay, so Bastion can go behind bodyguard 1 and use fireball. We are not going to attack Faulkner. That's like an easy way to just die. So we have to avoid that, as we have to avoid him like the plague. And he is not going to let us run for our lives. Okay, we have to defend this. Okay, we're going to go behind Faulkner and attack. The goal of this is literally just to drop up his FP. If we can do that, we can freeze him, and from there we can attack him safely. Let's see. So let's increase his power. We want him to do as much damage as possible, even if that means him being defeated. Okay, so fireball. Still missed. That's the issue with Sarbellus. Its dormant skills are incredible. It basically is a very hard to hit ATAC. Okay, let's attack Zakov. And we're going to increase our power by 2. And we'll increase our dexterity so we can hit him more often. As for Reyna, she needs to level up her... Let's see. base 8 right for strong thrust, and then from there it needs, yeah, so base 8, 6 power, 7 dexterity, so we have that already. Okay, now she has long thrust, fantastic. And here, and Gamlon, he's not moving, which is unfortunate. And Barlow can attack Zakov. Go, we'll end here. Okay, Devlin's gone. It's unfortunate. Looks like the strat might fail us, the new strat that I decided to try. So we'll see if we can actually do as much damage as I hope we can. Good thing is none of the Imperials except Faulkner are attacking us. And by us, I mean Bastion. Alright, so if we attack those work out. Oh, wait a minute. So Faulkner has 39 FP, which means he will still be able to do an attack. Let's move here. And we're not gonna attack. We're just gonna sit here and have Gamlon protect our backside. Oh, look at that. It was very smart of me to move there. Alright, so smaller Imperial soldiers are okay to lose to the AI allies right now. Strong thrust? Okay, he defends only because he's going to die if he gets hit. Okay, it's hitting Barlow. Oh man. Okay, Barlow's gone. Looks like the strat was a very risky one. Okay, we can defend, but we might get attacked afterwards. Let's try and defend. Let's just defend it. Oh, we managed to dodge it. That's a good thing. Okay, Ione. I want her to take the kill. Well, I want her to attack, but if she attacks, she basically takes the kill. And that's not something I want. I need Reyna to do it. So we're going to have to end her turn right there. Okay, good. Now Bastion should be able to take the Zakov kill. Assuming that doesn't happen, but that just happened. Okay, try and avoid it. Good. Alright, so Sarbellis is going to be super dangerous. We can attack Bodyguard 1 and hope we dodge Faulkner's next attack, which could be super difficult. Let's go ahead and try and attack. Get rid of Bodyguard 1. And then I would say we might be able to hopefully... Actually, let's move this way. And we'll block whatever his face is, Duyere, from walking in front of Bastion and taking him down. Oh, okay. Now, hopefully Faulkner moves. Good, he did move. And he seems to be under impression that Gamlon is more dangerous. So welcome to the stream. I'm trying a new strat where we engage the entirety of the Empire forces. And usually the main strat I do is to always hold a bridge and pick them off one by one. It looks to be working out. The only issue is Faulkner and Sarbellis. And Sarbellis is Prince Duyere. They're still at max HP, and in order to take down Faulkner, we must, and we really must, actually freeze him. Because any counter attack he makes would probably wipe us out in one go. Now Reyna's in danger right now. The good thing is she's dodging quite a lot. So, we want to leave at least one of these Imperial ATCs free and alive because we're going to rush over to here and hopefully take down Halak and Franco because they'll give you a ton of experience should you wipe them out. Okay, Zakov's gone to Reyna. There we go. Now the next thing we want her to learn is ice shards, right? Or we want her to learn her reflect attack or parry. So for reflect attack, she's going to need base of 6 and power of 12, which she's not going to be able to get this turn, but she can learn ice shards, which is really good right now. So we might actually do that. So she needs dex 8 and 6 agility, I believe. No, 6 defense. Okay, so we'll just go like that, and we'll increase her base. There we go. Now she'll have ice shards and strong thrust. Okay, now let's move. Now, We don't want to get in front of Faulkner, as well as Duyere. So we'll leave her here to recover some FP. Bastion needs to run for his life, or he will die. So we're going to run this way. We're going to take down this Imperial. Or not. Let's instead just walk here. Let's go right here. And then we'll have Ione stay about here. And Faulkner is going to go and trap himself. There we go. Now this is why Faulkner is super dangerous. His accuracy is insanely high. And he can easily wipe you out. Now it's going to be too hard to freeze Faulkner at this point, so we're going to follow Zeira's lead. And I guess attack Duyere. Okay, so he's going to chase after Ione. Just fine. Her stats are actually high enough that he's not going to be any trouble. It looks like they're going to start chasing after Bastion. Alright, we can start using Fireball, but we lose too much FP. We gain too much FP from that, so we'll just keep avoiding. Okay, we're at risk now. Let's hope that Faulkner doesn't trap Bastion. And let's wipe out this ATAC right here. Okay, let's stop. Now let's hope Faulkner decides to go ahead and challenge Zeira to Mortal Kombat. Okay, no, he's chasing Bastion around. Okay, so huge danger right now. Looks like the strat is failing. The new strat I just saw up on the spot doesn't work very well. Okay. We need to move. Like this, we really actually need to move. Any attack on Bastion would freeze him instantly. Actually, no way, it didn't. Any attack by Faulkner would wipe him out. Okay, so he's gonna start attacking Zeira now. That's good. We want them to basically duke it out. And here we go. Here we go. We're just about... Zeira ran away. Okay, so... Looks like he's chasing Duyere. Okay, let's try and get rid of Duyere as fast as possible. This is, yeah, okay, so his FP is going to be 86, which means he's going to skip his next turn. So that's something we can use to our advantage. Hello and welcome to the stream. I tried a new strat, and instead of doing the normal one where you turtle up on the bridge, I decided to try and take the Imperials head on. And I lost pretty much everybody in the process, but I'm trying to survive this. That's really it. Okay, so let's defend this. And we're using Zeira as a way to drive up FP, as well as reduce their HP. Okay, that was lucky. He's frozen. Yeah. Let's take down Duyere. Who comes next, actually? First off, let's do this. Who comes after Ione? So Sadira and Faulkner is next, and then Zeira. Now, unfortunately, Zeira probably won't attack Faulkner, which would make Faulkner's FP high enough that he would not be able to attack. But if we attack Faulkner now, we lose Ione, but we protect Bastion. Because Zeira is going to attack Duyere, and in the process, freeze him. And Bastion would be able to be unfrozen and make his next move. Oh, Zeira. AI allies, you just cannot trust them. Okay, that failed miserably. Let's not do that strat this time. Let's reload, and this time we're going to go into the battle and do our turtle strat. Alright, let's load up here. The good thing is I saved before I decide to attempt that, right? Now we don't have to start back at the beginning of this long and lengthy battle. How are you all doing today? Have you ever actually played this game before? I've never met anyone who's played Vanguard Bandits, and who's never actually found the ruin route. So if you have, that's new to me. Alright, so now we're just gonna let Zakov's forces come to the bridge, and we're gonna wipe them out here. Eventually the Kingdom forces are going to be wiped out because there's not enough of them to handle Faulkner as well as Duyere, so they're gonna come try and kill me. The only real threat for the Empire forces are Zakov with his ice shards, as well as Faulkner with his melting flare, because those are ranged 2 attacks. Everybody else? No, not really. And I believe, I'll have to double check this, but I believe I got Bastion his reflect attack, and with Reyna, we're working on getting reflect attack also. Let's double check that. No, she doesn't have it yet. Bastion should have reflect attack. There it is, okay. So if you don't know, reflect attack allows you to deflect attacks as long as they come from in front of you. If they come from the side or behind, that dormant skill will not activate. It's really important for Dion's test, which is upcoming, that you have that as well as parry. Without either of those, you can be easily one-shot, and the mission is not going to be possible to win. And by win, I mean complete all rounds. Unless, of course, you're like somehow overpowered beyond their, like beyond level 12 or 15 or something around those lines. Like you have to be really strong to be able to like overpower the enemies in Dion's test. That's next stream, by the way. It's not this stream. Okay, so let's have them, I would say move up here, but then he'll be able to get side attacked as well as frontal attack. So we're going to have Devlin just first move back and move forward so that he sits in the front. Wait, no, that's actually not smart because Devlin is going to leave for the ruin route. So we have Reyna and Barlow, who's Imperial 2, and Faulkner. Then we have Zeira. Okay. Ideally, I'd want Reyna in front attacking, but she's too weak right now to withstand Zakov's attacks. As for Bastion, he doesn't have any range 2 attacks yet, so we might need to swap him with Devlin the second we get the chance. Okay, so here we go. Reyna's gonna go there. She can continue using long thrust. We want her to have ice shards, but the dormant skill is way more important all at the exact same time. Okay, hopefully Zeira wipes them out, like wipes a lot of them out. I don't exactly like being swarmed here. It's not a Zerg rush. Okay, Gallon's basically going to be gone next turn, if not this turn. Now, if you don't know, you can actually attack Sadira, Franco, and Halak and get their experience. It's a ton of experience, by the way. Minus Sadira, you don't get a ton of experience for her since she's at such a low level. Now I'm pushing Ione up forward, mainly just so that she can attack and drive up Zakov's FP. We want to try and freeze him. The faster he's gone, I would say the faster Zakov is gone, the safer the rest of the battle becomes. Because we don't want him teaming up with Duyere and Faulkner. A Longthrust should be able to force Zakov into a frozen state. I'll double check that because I didn't, to be honest, I wasn't looking at his FP when I did it. Thank good. RNG is not failing us, and we are dodging. Dodge again. Good. Usually RNG, even at 32%, fails us. It is scary when it does, but it does happen. Okay, so we're going to freeze him at this point. It's okay that we got hit. We can hide him behind, and then Barlow can go ahead and make the kill, but I want Reyna to have the kill. Let's see. Okay, Reyna's next. Alright, so we're going to leave Barlow. We're going to help Bastion. I don't know why it was so hard to say his name. And we attack from behind. Now with Barlow, he doesn't have any unique attacks, but he does join for the ruin route. And he's going to have the water sealing stone. So let's increase his agility and his defense. We want him to be kind of a tank, which is basically how he starts, right? Okay, go here, and we don't have strong thrust. Unfortunately. Okay, we can get strong thrust now. We just need to give 3 points to base. There we go. Then we're going to learn ice shards, so we need to increase agility and defense. Was that correct? No, dexterity and defense. Okay, Zeira's going to be gone soon, and that's because, not because he's weaker than the enemies, but because there's going to be so much attacks on him that they're going to freeze him. And when he gets frozen, he's going to start taking a massive amount of damage. And AI is again making me look like a liar. Instead of taking on Zeira, they're charging my forces. Alright, so Zakov, I don't want him to die. I need him to survive, so we'll do that. Ione's leaving after this mission, so we don't have to worry too much about prioritizing her stats. So, but we do need to make sure she can help out. So we'll increase her agility. That way she can still dodge. Bastion can make the last kill. And there we go. He's going to be frozen, so we need to hide him right away. Okay, so his base 6, power 12, dex 9. The attack we don't want him to learn any more attacks. He has, I believe, reflect attack already. Yes. So, and if you don't know this, dormant skills are based directly on the blue ticks of your stats. Okay, those blue ticks represent the pilot's stat points. Everything white comes from the equipment. So when you're learning dormant skills, focus only on the blue ticks. So currently, we have 6 base and 12 power, which means we have reflect attack. For parry, which is the next vital dormant skill, we want a base 6 and 12 dexterity. So we give it all to dexterity. There we go. And because we have AP left over, we're going to hide back here. We don't want to get... actually, Faulkner is the only one with the range to attack now. So if we sit here, Faulkner won't be able to reach us. We'll have enough time to restore, to lower our FP. Okay, let's go ahead and, I would say counter, but yeah, let's try and counter. And it worked. Nice. You don't want to counter, by the way. It's especially when you have reflect attack and parry, because when you counter, you can actually activate those dormant skills, and from there you won't actually make a counter attack. You'll instead just deflect or parry. So it's kind of a waste once you have those. So just don't do that. It's not something you'll like realize is happening until I guess you see it in battle animations. Okay, so turtling up is clearly still the ideal strat when you're in this mission. And let's see, Zeira probably won't die this time. Well, he's at 70 FP, so he's going to skip his next turn. Let's go ahead and just defend this. There you go, Zeira skipped his next turn. And let's go ahead and... At this point, we can not worry about Duyere. His level's really low and he's not super dangerous. His only real threat is the fact that he can dodge a lot. Like, his dormant skills make it so that he's basically almost unhittable if you're attacking from the front, even the side. And he doesn't have it, but he's still really hard to hit. Okay, so what's his face? Devlin, not gonna do anything. We're gonna keep hitting. I was gonna say hitting Duyere, but let's not do that. Let's instead make sure Barlow can survive as long as possible. And okay, there we go. We froze that Imperial. Who is next? Bastion and Zeira are next. So to give Bastion a kill, we'll move back with Reyna, and Zeira's gonna make his turn. And he might just snipe the kill here. Yeah, this is how powerful Zeira is. This is why in the Kingdom route, you kind of always want him, like, never, I guess, taking kills, because he's so powerful. I'm at 78 FP. Let's just end here. If he gets frozen, that's actually going to be put us into danger zone. Okay, we're going to ignore Imperial 7. Let's go ahead and weaken Imperial 8. And that's what we're going to do for the rest of the mission. We're going to play the weakening game, where we weaken enemies for Bastion and Reyna to take kills from. Barlow is going to join Ruin Route, but because he doesn't have a unique attack, and all his attacks are based on a stone that he currently has, it's just a matter of what do you want him to do later on. You want him to be a tank, then you raise his base and his defense stat. Or do you want him to dodge everything, then increase his agility? Or do you want him to be a turbulence spammer? Then you'll just want to learn turbulence, and then from there increase his, I would say, base as well as his base, right? So that you can constantly survive while spamming turbulence the whole time. But I haven't decided what I want Barlow to do just yet. Okay, so from here, we can move here in order to attack Duyere. That'll leave us vulnerable to Faulkner, because if he goes here, then he could do a back attack on us. So 20, then that'll be 20. He won't be able to attack us if we go here, so we can attack Duyere. Let's just go ahead and stop right here, and we'll end. We'll move Reyna a bit closer. Okay, Ione is going to go right here so that Faulkner can't go behind us, and she's also going to whittle down their HP. Okay, there we go. Zeira is finally gone. He takes a while to defeat from the Empire forces, but once he's gone, they start focusing like fully on Bastion and team. Okay, let's move Devlin over here. We want to try and surround Faulkner. That way we can drop his FP and wipe him out in one fell swoop. He needs to go as fast as possible. Okay, that's not working out. Okay, he's blocked. That's good. Alright, so let's go ahead with long thrust. Here we go. Okay, if all else fails, we're going to just need to rush the castle. That's not a strat. That's not something I want to do, but it might be something I'm going to have to do. Just by how dangerous this mission is. Especially when you lose more than... Especially when you're down to like 2 or 3 characters, it becomes more dangerous. And the danger levels increase with Faulkner on the field. With Duyere, not so much. But with Faulkner, yeah, totally. You don't want to like fight him. Let's attack from the back here. Okay, we didn't get that attack, but that's okay. Let's try and... Okay. Let's get rid of Imperial 5 here right away. And we'll try and attack from the front. We'll get the extra experience. Okay, we can't attack from the front. That's not enough damage. Try from the side. Still not enough damage. Let's instead just hit Duyere. And we'll move beside... Well, actually, we won't leave Bastions behind. We want him to not be back attacked. Okay, let's attack Imperial 8. And turn. And we're going to make the kill now. There we go. Okay, one more kill and he will level up. He has parry, so that makes him a little bit... That makes him far safer than anybody else. So let's move Ione to the side of Imperial 5. Let's see if we can force it to defend. Yeah, we can. Let's go... Let's just go like this. Okay, it looks like they're going to attack probably Reyna. Bastion, interesting. I counter that. There we go. So Bastion is safe now. The only reason is because the Imperial is in front of him. You can dodge this. Okay, she didn't dodge. The only unfortunate thing with accuracy is that 50% dodge rate does not mean you're going to dodge. Okay, Ione? Yep, that's harsh. Okay, we might need to actually go ahead and just rush the castle. 1 damage, that's really low. Yeah, we might just end up having to rush the castle at this point. Still not a lot of damage. Let's protect Barlow. Let's protect Bastion, so we'll put him back here. We'll have him attack Faulkner from behind and get some massive experience, hopefully. Okay, 39. That's actually a lot. Wait, because you're using slash and you're attacking Faulkner. And we'll take down this last bodyguard. The less enemies that are here, the better. And we'll try and use slash. Okay, it did not work. Okay, so we are deviating from the strategy, not the strategy, but the plan of attacking Sadira and Halak. Well, Halak and Franco for their experience, because we are currently in danger of being obliterated a second time. The first time we went through this battle, I decided to try a different strat where I backed up the Kingdom forces, and that did not help. We got steamrolled and forced us to reload. This time I tried turtling up, which did work, but the problem is I believe some of the characters are a little bit underleveled, and because I'm trying to spread them out, because we're heading to the ruin route. There we go. So we are now just... Actually, wait. I can freeze Faulkner right here. I might be able to get some extra kills. Okay, there we go. 219. We might be able to get Faulkner out, and then our plan actually works out even better. Alright, so the next dormant skill he can learn is Chivalry. That's 12 power and 10 dex. So we have 12 power. And if he increases his defense by 10, we'll learn Chivalry, which means we do more damage, attack from the front. And let's be clear about this, okay? When you have Chivalry and you attack from the front, you'll do the same amount of damage as you would if you attack from the back. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you are going to do more damage compared to everything else, but it does mean you'll do a back damage. The amount you would do from the back, you would do to the front. So it's actually really good, but there's one issue with this, and that is your dormant skill, the enemy's dormant skill can activate, which means that a frontal attack can effectively be nullified. Okay, we're gonna run for it with the reflect or parry. Sorry, my sentences are broken up here because I'm trying to do a few things at once. So, dormant skills like deflect, attack, and parry only activate when a frontal attack is being initiated. That's what I'm trying to say. So Chivalry, although good, isn't ideal to use because of the enemy dormant skills. And enemies start getting more skills the further you get in battle. Alright, there we go. Complete the mission. The castle has been seized. Zakov, you incompetent fool. You have humiliated both of us today. Forces of the kingdom have taken the castle. We must retreat for now, but we shall return to reclaim it. We should leave as well. Yeah, we could have taken on Sadira, but I think the plan didn't work out very nicely. That's always the unfortunate thing. Sometimes you have to replan here in the middle of a battle. Alright. I see. Kamorge is dead. Who was he, Galvez, and how did you come to know him? Kamorge was a false name he gave himself when he left the kingdom and went into hiding. His real name was Alucard. Alucard? He was the leader of the Guardian Knights. He was responsible for the safety of the king himself. Yes, he was. And he was your younger brother. I know he died with honor, Galvez. I am certain he did. The last time I saw him was shortly after the king perished during the Empire's assault on the capital. I always believed that he fled from shame, that he left because he had dishonored the kingdom. I tried to shut him out of my mind, but I always hoped he would come back. I always missed him. Before Kamorge died, he gave us a message for you. The Supreme Spirit sleeps at the feet of the lion. Guide the holy lineage to the light. The meaning of those words is a mystery to all of us. I can scarcely believe it. Where's the boy, Bastion? In reception hall, I believe. Still in mourning for Kamorge. Alucard. I'm certain you'll enlighten us sooner or later, but I prefer to know sooner if you don't mind. I was shocked when you mentioned that Alucard had a son, but now I understand their true relationship. And now I understand why Alucard fled the capital. It was not because of shame, but because of his duty. Alucard took it upon himself to raise and protect the next king. What? The blue blood of royalty flows through Bastion's veins, Ione. He is our fallen king's only heir. When a capital was assaulted and a king perished, Alucard must have stolen away with Bastion. But why did he stay away for so long instead of returning after the Empire had been repulsed? I can answer that one, Ione. Bastion is who they wanted in the first place, not the king. If Alucard had come back here with Bastion, they would have attacked us again. They needed him, because he's the only one who can pilot the Ultra Gunner ATAC. It's a gift and a curse. So now they know. I wonder what Faulkner will think of this. It all makes sense now. I can't believe I didn't figure it out sooner. The Empire started this war to find Ultra Gunner, and to make Bastion use it against us. But when Alagard took Bastion, he distracted the Empire and gave us time to regroup. We need the power of the Ultra Gunner to reclaim what the Empire has taken. But Bastion could not have used or controlled that power when he was only a boy. Alagard knew that we all would have to wait for Bastion to mature into manhood. And now that Bastion is a man, all we need to do now is find the Ultra Gunner for him. According to Alagard's message, there may be a clue to its location in the kingdom of Duyere. Then it is most likely the course of wisdom to journey and have a chat with the Marquis. What of Bastion? How do you think he will react when he learns of this true lineage? And will I remember to call him Your Highness? I'm the prince of the kingdom? Which is why the innocent people of Fruah were viciously attacked by the Empire? Which is why this horrible war came to pass? And which is why Father died? I am the cause of it all. I am the cause of the death and destruction which has plagued the kingdom for these 16 years. I want to believe this is a horrible nightmare from which I'm about to awaken. But I know it's true. I can feel the truth pushing down on my chest like a crushing weight. I wanted to save this world from the Empire's wrath. I wanted so much to make Father proud. But all I did was instigate the death of the man who gave me everything, who taught me everything. I am a plague. I bring death with me wherever I go. I kill the ones I love. I'm not royalty. I'm just a curse. A horrible curse. Where are you going, Bastion? If I stay here, I will only bring the wrath of the Empire upon you all. I'm going to take my ATAC into the farthest mountain range and wait for the Imperial army there. I will do my best to die with honor, as my father did. Honor, tell me, Bastion, where is the honor in running like a coward? You are a fool, Bastion. Kamorge laid down his life to save yours, and now you're just going to throw away his sacrifice? You said he taught you everything. Didn't he teach you to show respect for the dead? You act as if you're the only one who deserves to grieve. What about me? He was my father as much as yours. Leave if you must, Bastion. I have lost my family before. Perhaps I can survive losing another. Milea, I'm so sorry. Please, Bastion, don't forget about what has driven you for so long. The Empire. Defeating the Empire. That's right, Bastion. Not a day goes by where you don't talk about kicking the Empire's butt. So why are you gonna quit now? Puck. You're right. I can't quit. The Empire won't stop until they rule the continent. We all know that. And since I'm the only one who can use the Ultra Gunner, I might be the only one who can stop them. I'm afraid of what might happen to you all if I stay, or if I fail. We're your friends, Bastion. We're gonna stick with you no matter what happens. And if we work together, we can do anything. Kamorge always told us that, remember? He's right, Bastion. Puck, Milea, so are you gonna stay and fight, or what? I know Barlow and me owe you a life of debt and all, but that doesn't mean you should waste our time. Besides, do you know how long it's been since Barlow ate? He's about to gnaw my foot off. Not joking, I've tried it before. Leather's nutritious. I'm going to stay, Devlin, and I'm going to fight. Bastion, your face is even more handsome when you're wearing that determined look. I think I like it. What? Reyna. What? It's quite becoming. You have good friends, Bastion. Friends who will always help you, no matter what you need. I wish I had realized that sooner, but at least I know it now. Together, we're going to defeat the Empire. We're going to do it for the sake of the world. We're going to do it for my father. Have you now come to understand, Your Highness? The citizens of the kingdom have prayed for your triumphant return. I've come to understand a great many things recently, Galvus. But I'm not going to wage this war against the Empire simply for the sake of the kingdom. I'm going to fight for the freedom of everyone on the continent, regardless of the nation in which they dwell. No one in this land should have to live in fear, as I did. No one. Your Highness, you are the heir to the kingdom. The citizens would revolt if they hear you speak this way. You were born to inherit the throne. You must fight for the honor and the glory of the kingdom. Calm down, Galvis. Yeah, Bastion is our leader, and that means he's the one who sets our agenda. Or do you wish to usurp the authority of his reign already? What? I would never commit an act of treason against the prince. Then perhaps you should give his leadership a chance. Right, Your Highness? Please don't call me Your Highness. It just sounds too weird. Bastion will be fine. Your Highness, you cannot be addressed with a common name. That would be weird. Well, Bastion, what is your command? We're waiting. Your Highness, what is your bidding? If you're entertaining suggestions, I think we should visit Marquis Dion to look for the Ultra Gunner. I wish I could join you, but that battle was murder on my ATAC, so I'll have to stay here. Really? You seem to pass the battle with nary a scratch, but I guess someone has to guard the castle. My thoughts exactly. Your Highness, is it your will that Ganon remains here while the rest of us escort you to the Marquis? Remember that we are merely your advisors, nothing more. Please do not hesitate to disregard our advice. It sounds fine to me, Galvis, and don't hesitate to call me Bastion. I don't think I can bring myself to do that, Your Highness. I apologize. Ione, you probably don't want to hear this, but I believe you should hold the fort with Ganon. Nothing against Ganon, of course, but he won't be able to hold off the Empire if they return. I'd stay behind too if the new prince here didn't require someone to teach him about diplomacy. It's alright, Zeira. If I held rank over you, I'd force you to stay here too. Sassy, aren't we? So, Zeira, please tell me more of this Marquis Dion. Where to start? He's chief of a tribe of mercenaries who've been battling the Empire since forever. He's difficult to impress, I've heard. The only way to earn Dion's respect is to engage him in battle. We have to fight him to earn his respect? Has anyone bothered to try stimulating conversation? Dion's idea of stimulating conversation is a good loud battle cry. The only way to get on Dion's good side is by fighting him and his mercs, and they fight to win. If you engage Dion and his crew, and you win, or just survive, you've made friends for life. Duke Zeira, have you ever fought Marquis Dion? I knew you were beginning to wonder how I knew so much about him. Fact is, I did fight Dion once when I wasn't much older than you, and of course, I was soundly defeated. Duke Zeira, I never knew that. Why haven't you told that story before? Well, I'm not especially fond of retelling stories where I'm the one pummeled to a pulp at the end. Good point. Not to boast, but I believe I could best the Marquis if we engaged on the battlefield again. Is anyone else getting strange signals on their short-range radars? I am, and those signals look very much like ATAC heat signatures. Prepare for battle. Alright, so here we are at the end. We are going to go shopping before we end off here. And here's what I want. Actually, we're not going to go shopping just yet. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to save first, because if we screw up our shopping trip, or if we screw up our shopping spree, then we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot here. So always save before you shop. Now let's go. First, we're going to go to equip. And here's what we're going to do. We are actually going to switch on Harol or Sarata, and if you looked at the stat boost, it gave a huge stat boost. 3 to base, 2 to power, 1 dex, 1 agility, 1 defense, and as well as a weapon boost. So because Galvis is not going to join us for the Ruin route, it's best to just swap out his ATC and give it to Reyna or even Barlow, whoever you really need the stats points for. And if we now look at Reyna, we've learned kick, and yeah, he's actually a lot more powerful. So definitely that's a good tip, because when Galvis leaves, he takes Sarata with him. Now we're going to shop and we're going to upgrade our... We're going to shop and upgrade. So let's increase our weapon power. So buy 4 of these. And now we're going to upgrade our fire seal stones. So we want Bastion to have as much power as possible for Dion's test next stream. So we're just setting up now. So let's give Jasper to you, and then we'll give, I would say, we'll give, where's Aquamarine? There it is. Aquamarine to Reyna so that she's a bit more powerful. After this, it's merely what do we need for Bastion to survive Dion's test in the next stream. In my opinion, having a higher defense is not going to help you. Having a higher agility is going to help you. So we're going to give Bastion a Thieves Ring. And we need to increase Reyna's defense a little bit because in order to learn Reyna's trick, she needs a higher defense. Okay, now let's go equip the equipment. Definitely always equip new weapons. Don't wait, just equip them. And then stones. Those are the key things. Don't worry about ever equipping amulets because they're not as vitally important as weapons and seal stones. Okay, let's swap out Gradius with Quicksilver. And she already has Jasper. So I bought 2 for no reason, fortunately. We don't need to power up Devlin, but we're going to do it anyways. And Barlow, he needs his next Quicksilver. And if you were here a little bit earlier, we swapped out Serrata with Haro. So we're not going to worry about Galvus. He is strong, like, don't get me wrong, he's actually really powerful, but we're not going to worry about him. Now let's save this because we shopped correctly. What did we just do? Araba reclaimed. Okay. Alright, so this is the end of the stream. Thank you so much for watching and paying attention to this. I really appreciate that. 100% is the goal of every stream. So what that means is we're going to get every attack for our current party, as well as all dormant skills, and we are going to not buy all items and everything, but we're going to max out. We're going to get all attacks and dormant skills, as well as support skills too. And we need to make sure to fulfill the 100% requirement. We actually defeat everybody in Dion's test in the next stream, because it's basically a 1v1, 5 rounds with Marquis Dion at the end. And if anyone has ever made it to that point, he's a freaking wrecking ball. He can one-shot us so easily. So we're preparing Bastion for that battle. But anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you coming here for the stream. Next Vanguard Bandits is going to happen Thursday at 9:15 in the morning. So hope to see you there, and we'll take on the next 4 missions, which will lead us directly to the Ruin route. So that's where we're going to begin next stream. Thank you so much for watching. See you on Thursday.